Mohini Gurau. I'm very happy again to introduce herself. She is Assistant Professor, Department of English, Sandeep University, Nashik, Maharashtra. She is BOF Chairperson and PhD Guide from Sandeep University, Nashik. She has more than 24 years experience language teaching and learning. She published her 45 research papers in reputed national and international journals. She delivered more than 50 talks. Also, I'm very happy to tell you that she is interested in poetry. Poetry is her passion. Her poems have found space in anthology Dewdrops, published by Forum for Creative Writers. And today she is with her topic, Importance of English Language in Career Building. Ma'am, may I request you to deliver your talk or presentation on this occasion of this day. Hand over to you, ma'am. Dr.
Hello.
Mohini Gurov. Yes, ma'am.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are quite audible, ma'am. Carry on.
A very good morning to all the respected dignitaries on the webinar platform and the erudite audience who are present over here to listen to this talk. At the outset, I congratulate Dr. Khairnar and his team for taking up the initiatives to organize such webinar, which will be of help to our learners. I also extend my sincere thanks to Dr. Khairnar for inviting me to share my views. So without wasting much of the time, I would like to begin with my topic, that is importance of English in career building. COVID-19 has given us an opportunity to explore. Also, it has given us opportunity to find time. I would like to So is it visible on that side?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
fine.
it is visible.
Yeah. And so let us take this opportunity to utilize this time to hone our skills, to learn something new, which will add to our profile and also will help us to get some jobs or get into some jobs, or maybe for pleasure, or maybe you would like to hone your skills, so maybe you would like to learn this language. So you will get opportunities to learn, read, write. I think somebody.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay.
Ma'am, you check your mic, okay? If I mute all now, then you have to check your mic, okay? Carry on, ma'am. Carry on.
Okay. Already Dr. Zeran Patil sir has explained us about why one should learn a language. Some more things, I won't be repeating the things that sir has told already. There are a lot of things like
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Start. Yeah.
As sir said that yes, we need to be empathetic. We need to empower ourselves by learning the language. And this language is also will open doors to employability. We need to adapt, get insights from other countries, or it will also open avenues for jobs. So all these things make us ponder that yes, we should learn a foreign language. Now today, if you see this, English is a common lingua franca across the globe. According to some estimates, almost 80% of English speakers in the world are non-native speakers. English will still remain the world's lingua franca, as people around the world will still find it the most convenient language to communicate with those whose mother tongue is different from theirs. Now, why learn foreign languages? We today also have got some experts who are going to talk about German language and other foreign languages. So I will talk about English language specifically over here. Why learn this particular language? Because it is also an activity which helps us to keep our brains active all the time. As already sir said that those who are interested in translation, learning literature and language, they can also learn this language. Apart from learning, it also gives us contentment, confidence, and it boosts our self-esteem. It opens door to learn new languages. If you know a second language, it also becomes easy to learn the other language that you would like to take up. There are a lot of opportunities in private, corporate sectors in India and abroad. Now, this particular language English language keeps you connected, updated with the recent trends, what's happening in this particular language in world, how people are taking up this language and going ahead into that particular field. It also helps us, as Sir said, that different cultures, traditions, rules and regulations like traffic rules or medication rules or health insurance rules, we come to know if we know the language of that particular country. Also, it gives us opportunity to explore different universities, students, especially the learners who would like to study abroad, or even opportunities in India, those who would like to know about the different universities in India and study in India. This particular English language will be of great help to them. Because if you are from Maharashtra and if you know Marathi, and if you would like to go to South, there you'll find a different language spoken over there. So English could be a common language to communicate over there. Or even if wherever in India you would like to go, we have a multilingual background. So naturally, if you know English, it will be very easy for you to communicate with all. Let me talk about the different competitive exams. There are many, but few I have just listed over here, like civil services exams. Why am I talking about these exams? Because English is an integral part of these different competitive exams. So it becomes more important that you learn this particular language if you would like to serve our motherland and mother country. Indian Economic Service Examination, Indian Statistical Service Examination, then you have CDSE, National Defense Academy and Naval Academy Examination, Combined Medical Services Examination, Engineering Services Examination, staff selection for different categories. There are also bank exams, private banks, government banks. There are railway exams, geology exams conducted for geologists. There are some other fields also, like NetSet for teaching faculty. There are a lot of opportunities even for nurses here in India and abroad, but they need to give some exams. So naturally, English is a part of this, all these examinations. Hospitality, librarian, veteran, all these have some sort of, somewhere they have to deal with this English paper. I'm just giving you a tentative format of an English question paper. There can be changes, so look for the updates on recent updates. Your English skills will be checked on your comprehending skills, whether you have comprehended a particular passage, whether you have understood the words that are used in that particular passage. Like as Sir said, words mean different in different contexts. So whether you have understood those, the sentences, jumbled sentences, you have to restructure them properly in the correct grammatical way. Error spotting, where you need to find out the errors in a particular sentence and find out the errors and reframe the sentence or put it in a proper order. Grammar questions will be asked on tenses, voice, indirect speech, and many more grammar questions will be asked over there. Synonyms, antonyms, homonyms, where children get confused over these words. Homonyms, where the spellings are same, but the meanings are different, like fair, F-A-I-R, another word which means this is not fair. This is the girl was is very fair, and there is a fair in Nasik town. So like that, these words mean different. There are idioms, phrases, and proverbs to be understood. Like Sir said, open the door is open. Paraphrasing, which is very important, putting up the things into short and paraphrasing them. Report writing, letter writing. I will tell you these also are there in different other exams also. All the other 4 skills are tested. Okay. Now let me tell you, if suppose if you have not done your graduation also, if you have just completed your 12th or 10th, you still can get job opportunities where if your basic English is clear. Like for example, airports, groundwork can be given, like the checking of the board passes or checking the luggage, the weight of the luggages and all other things like welcoming. All other work can be given over there on the groundwork. I'm not talking about pilots and those engineering sectors. Uber Eats suppliers, even in India it works and abroad also. A student studying over there can take up this. And let me tell you, there is no, there they work, they take up any kind of work, not like Indians over here. Indians are little choosy, like they wait and decide whether I should take up this particular job or not. But in foreign countries, they are ready to take up Uber Eats work also, and it gives them a good amount, which helps them economically also. Nowadays, like parcel points, e-commerce. In COVID-19, I think e-commerce has boomed up for commerce students and even for arts. If you know basic English, you definitely can go for e-commerce, then gardening, blogging, technician, There are a lot many. See, I have jotted down so many. A chef, you can run a dhaba, appoint people. Instead of just waiting for the jobs or job opportunities, why not you create a job opportunity for others? Okay, like for other things like gym, event management, not necessarily you need to be MBA only. If you have very good skills of handling the situation, and if you're very good at English, I think this can help you out. Export, import. Let me tell you now, agriculture is booming so much. If you have knowledge about farming, your food grains or whatever fruits can be exported in foreign countries where they are not grown. So this is a very really plus point for the people coming up from villages, those who have got farms. Please look into it. If you are growing the grains and having ISO mark, you have the opportunity, but you should know English, basic English, so that it will help you to go to other country and export your goods. Even if you're a carpenter and you want to apply abroad, you know to need to know basic English. Even plumber, painter, and lot many other opportunities. Now, booming sectors, those who are very high qualified, like STEM, science, technology, engineering, and maths. All engineering fields have got better opportunities abroad and even in India. Okay, now lot many opportunities are going to come in India also. There are already there. You need to explore. A lot of project management projects can be taken up. You can be the team leader, but you need to know English for this. Why am I putting up all these sectors over here or the booming sectors? Because you need to know English. Healthcare providers, you can see in COVID-19 how this has become a very important factor. Nurses, doctors, and even hospitals and all, they are working towards this pharmaceutical sectors, biomedical sciences, life sciences, and biotechnology. Agriculture, even a nut grower, grape grower, has a lot of importance because this can be processed, can be sent out. Teaching, it is a ever booming, you could say, a sector in education. First, see, you cannot think that, okay, I'm going to go abroad and let me just apply. First, you have to start your preparation first. First you plan what we want to do in your life. Not that you need to go abroad only. Even staying in India, you can do a lot of things. But those who want to go abroad, first they should have a passport ready with them before they apply for universities. Different universities list are there on the website where you can select first 10 universities, and then they'll be sending you the letter, like interview appointment letter. So all these documents should be ready. If you want to check whether you are eligible for Canada and like places, you have a free access to Express Entry website where you can upload your details and you can check your eligibility, whether you are eligible or not to go, whether you can go to Canada. And to go to Canada, which exam you'll have to give, which is a must exam. That is IELTS, okay, IELTS, which tests your English. See, this is a little blur, but if you would like to go to Australian Skilled Occupation List, if you would like to do a job over there, even after 12th or graduation from any field, let me tell you, here it's given a nut grower or a fruit grower. But see what's given over here. You need requirement is you need to be having competent English. So you just cannot write over there, I'm competent in English. You need a certificate to show them that yes, you have given this particular test. And so these green mark shows that these so many opportunities are there in what? In these fields. And the red mark shows that now they are not accepting these applications for these jobs. And if you click on this, you'll come to know which date they have stopped accepting the application. And later on, again, they may open up this. So the green mark shows these many jobs are available. So if you go on any SOL or a skilled occupation list of any country, you'll get this kind of a scenario. Also, if it is competent English, your IELTS, you should have at least 7 in each band. What is each band? All 4 skills. Okay. That is listening, speaking, writing, and reading, all. You should have each at least 7. That is competent English. And if they ask you proficiency in English, you should have 7 and above. That is 8 in each band. So this is a very good thing too. So you have to start researching before you go abroad, not the same year, maybe 2 years prior to it. Okay. So next, Now, what is permanent resident? Even if you check your PR, you'll come to know from this also whether you are eligible or not from those entries of a particular country. Now, learn and earn. This is a one very good option when you go to foreign countries. You can take up a small job over there. So the other slide that I showed you already, here it will show you that yes, what kind of a job do you want to do in foreign country, and first search, accordingly plan, and then practice. But you need to learn English to go abroad. If you have to have this at least lower, you could say competent English, that grade at least you should be having that band to go abroad. Okay, learn and earn. It helps in getting a real time idea of the industry and helps you in becoming more independent. Few countries where you can earn while learn are USA, UK, Australia, France, Germany, Spain, and Canada. More may be added. Please check the updates. Study abroad. For studying abroad, you need to give at least one of these exams. Depends on which country you're going to go or you're going to select, like TOEFL, IELTS, PTE, SAT, ACT, GRE. So engineering students can opt for these, or even others, those who would like to go over there, they can opt for this. Exams like IELTS is for preferred exam for getting admission to universities in UK, Australia, New Zealand, and score is valid only for 2 years. So if you want to go after 2 years, don't give the test now. Give the test the year when you want to go. So you have one more year in your hand. Okay, don't give the test immediately that particular, 2 years before, because then it will become invalid. Are you getting? See, these exams are there again, once again, TOEFL, IELTS, PTE, SAT, ACT, GRE. If you want to go 2 years after, see that you give the after 2 years this particular exam. TOEFL also is valid only for 2 years. PTE also is valid for 2 years. Now, IELTS for Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and UK. Nowadays, the US also is accepting IELTS. So this is a good thing. But right now, because of COVID-19, there are some restrictions which Trump has come up with. So look into those factors also before applying for those things. TOEFL is also one of the most popular English proficiency exam, and America and Canadian universities and schools abroad. And those who want to study abroad can choose multiple dates all over around the year. These dates are available, and like you can select a date, a center. Sitting at home also you can give this particular exam. So online exams are going on, like there are a lot of courses also. There are a lot of centers, like even Altis Symbiosis running some courses, Udemy. Then you have some more like Coursera, then Swayam, Neptil. All these are providing some courses, so go through them. PTE is Pearson Test of English. Aspirants looking to pursue higher education in Australia, New Zealand, USA, UK, Canada, other countries, they require to appear for the Pearson. Germany has little different rules and norms which our German expertise will highlight upon, because their English is not, they don't teach much in English. If you know German, it is a plus point. So I would not suggest about German. There are some agencies and institutes, I would say, which help out if you are not able to go through the website and you're facing some problems and you're unable to get through. There are some institutes, they had a webinar, the study abroad recently. Royal UK Education had a webinar recently, which is over. But there are a lot of help is given by them to fill up the form, how to, what kind of documents are needed, what is the duration of the test, and even if you don't score the particular band in a particular test, you can reappear by paying the amount of the fees. So these are the, you could say, the agencies or institutes, but be careful. There are a lot of fake institutes also. So don't pay money just by reading these names of the institutes. Go to the website, check their authenticity, and then only apply for such institutes, I would say. So there are a lot of opportunities if you give these tests like IELTS, TOEFL, and all those which I have told you. But if you want to stay back in India, you can still have a lot of opportunities here also. Instead of waiting for a job, You can start your own business. You can start your own factory, as Dr. Zadan Padil sir said. Nowadays, agriculture farming, contract farming is booming. Like, you can process, you can export, you can do the packing work, you can provide pulp to the other countries by being a vendor. You can provide garlic paste, and lot many things can be done. Only thing is you need to explore. The problem with our Indian students or the learners, I would not say that only you need to take the highest degree like PhD. Also, even if you are 12th pass, you can do a lot of things. But you need to know English. That is the basic requirement. Because if you know English, you can communicate with the other people in the world. You will know what kind of rules and regulations are there. Everywhere Marathi won't be available. The documents won't be available in Marathi. So this is that you have to gear up and update yourself and upgrade by knowing this particular language, even if you want to stay back in India. And I would suggest that don't wait for jobs, start your own startups. Maybe you can begin with small investment, and that will lead to something very great later on. Because nowadays in this COVID-19, there's a huge, you could say a big question that is in front of students of the fourth year, that what is going to happen to my future. And even we as educators, I think we also need to think about even the reframing syllabus. Nowadays, it is not that only you have a degree and you'll get a job. You need to also learn soft skills. You need to also acquire other skills while you're learning languages, because this will help you to also have the interpersonal skills, understand the people, how they behave, understand to adjust with the surrounding, adapt, adopt, and adapt. Okay, all these three things you can do at the same time. But if you know English language, this will be of real help. Even if you are going to work with Uber Eats, you need to know this language, because the forms or even the requirements sometimes on the net language, it is an internet language, which is in English. So this will be of great help to all of them to learn, grow, and maybe further they can help out their colleagues. They can help out their fellow, you could say their friends. Because in COVID-19, I can understand there's a lot of depression which is mounting. I can especially see where the students are really questioning that, yes, whether exams will be there, not there, how will I go ahead? And if exams won't be there, then what about my marks? How will be they calculated? So don't worry, you are in safe hands. Government will take up some decisions. And if you're going to be in India, learn English. As I told you, there are so many courses which are coming up. And nowadays, I think it is very easy to learn courses sitting at home, because they are online. So it will be of great help to even the students from villages. And there can be community centers, like Dr. Khairnar has already through this webinar has given a word out that you can learn English. Even Khairnar sir, I would like to just like suggest something, that you can have a, you have lovely, I have visited your college, you have a lot of computer facility and all. So students can come over there and learn over there by maintaining social distancing and other things. So, and I have seen Dr. Khairnar being very active and helping out his students with different activities. So this will really help them. Even they can sit in those your colleges, and even if they don't have the data and they don't have the money to buy the internet, the data, they can come to the colleges and they can enroll over there, and through library support, they can see all these sites and they can enroll. If they don't have, and see, you can uh, take up whatever course you want, but first I would say, whichever country you want to select, see the climatic conditions over there first, because you may have heard about that particular country. Oh, that country is very beautiful, but according to your health conditions and according to your budget, according to, like, Germany offers and many more countries will offer you scholarships, they'll offer you free education. But what about the accommodation part, which is very costly and goes around to something 20 lakhs, 40 lakhs and all? No matter, you'll be able to repay that because you'll be earning over there. Some countries allow you to work for 20 hours a week. So you can work over there, whatever job you can take up over there. You will get jobs in the campus also, like assistant project and all those things. So you have to think first. I think you should go through SWOT analysis, which will make you understand your strengths, weaknesses, and find out the opportunities and face the challenges. So I think whatever you wish to do, I think English will be of great help even if you want to stay back in India or go abroad. So you can take up, there are plethora of opportunities, I would say, but only you need to explore, especially village students or the small town students feel that, oh, if I cannot take up a very, you can say the highest degree, I won't sustain in this particular field. I can understand there is a cutthroat competition, but still I have seen students coming up with small investment and now they are doing very good in this particular field. So realize your potential, students. Don't give up, and you can do wonders. So I would not further elaborate and would like to recapitulate by saying that yes, fly high, sky is the limit. Believe in yourselves, as nothing is impossible. So best wishes to all of you, the learners, and I think we as educators can come forward and help our students. There are a lot of workshops going on like Udyog Vardhani and Udyog Shala, and we have in Nasik also, there are centers at Vidya Mandir which help out the students, even the girls. You know, the government is providing with a lot of loan facilities even for girls with 35 and 40% subsidy on it. So girls, I should also should come forward and take up this. But the basic requirement would be learn English first, so that you know the names of the technical things, you know the names of the machines, you know the names and how to fill up the forms, and whom to approach, which bank to approach, how to repay, how to contact the person who is on the other side. Maybe you would like to export your goods with Germany, then learn German. If you want to go to France, then learn French. So I've given you a number of sites. I don't mind if you share this PPT with the learners, because there are a lot of sites which I've given you where you can go and find out your eligibility, whether you are applicable for it, and what you can do to improve. At present, maybe you're not having that, you could say you're not applicable for it or you're not eligible for it. Don't give up. For those days or for that number of period, you can hone your skills, soft skills, learning English language, and learning different skills, and then you can apply for these language or for these visa and other things over there. So all the best to all the learners, and with this I would like to conclude my talk.